Number 8, resolution. We were fanatics about resolution. Here's the statement. We obsessed about tidy bows. So I wrestled with this statement back and forth, and we were fanatical about resolution. Fanatical. So Don Tinney, I texted him as well, and he gave me his 3. And one of his 3, he said, Gino, you were obsessed with resolving any unresolved issue or matter. You were obsessed about alignment and being on the same page. I was obsessed. Second bullet point, tidy bow. Tidy bow means when you're solving an issue, you got to put a tidy bow on it. And so in every meeting, level 10s, quarterlies, annuals, any interaction, I made sure there was a tidy bow on every single conclusion. So I have this radar. We all have this radar. You're just not being open and honest. But at the end of it, IDS. Does anybody not know what that is? You're not S-ing the S. My mediocre team here, who's going to be great if they will just do everything I'm telling them right now. At the end of IDS, we solved it, we grabbed a to-do, and everybody's kind of like relieved to move on to the next one. But you got one person resisting it, and you got one person that doesn't even understand what we just agreed to. And I see it so clear. And I know the train that's about to go into a wreck if we don't say, whoa, 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 whoa. You're not agreeing. What is this? Can you live with the decision? Well, blah, 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 and you reopen it. And everybody's like, oh, come on, we're in a level 10. We're trying to get through issues. I'm about to solve your biggest problem right now that's going to blow up on you. You got to be more patient because when there isn't the sweet sound of agreement, you must hit that. Because some of you have like 30 of those in your company right now, 30 unresolved things that you thought were resolved and somebody grabbed a half-ass to do and barely did that. You need to make sure you can live with it if it's the right decision. But he might convince us otherwise because he might be right. And just for the record, if he's not all in on this one and not all in on this one, not all on this one, not all on this one, he doesn't belong here. But you can be not all in on this one and that. That's what a great team does. But if he's not all in on all of them, I got the wrong person in the wrong seat. And then the person that didn't understand, who's going, you say, it seems like you don't understand what we just decided. Or I can read it. I say, can you just tell me what we decided on just to make sure I know you got it? Tidy bow, tidy bow, tidy bow. Now, with really big, tough, scary decisions, a discipline I like to teach. Just take yourself to the worst case scenario. And I want to give 2 examples. Don and I, a year and a half in, the business model was not working. We were not making any money. The business was going out of business. EOS was almost over and gone on that day. I took myself to the worst case scenario. What if you can't build a business like this? Worst case, we'll be implementers and we'll build this amazing base camp. We had a plan B. And then the second one is, when we had about 100 implementers, we had 15 rogue implementers called honey badgers. They called themselves the honey badgers. And these were our 15 best. They were probably in the top 25. And there was a mass exodus about to happen. And so that would have stung in a really big way. We decided, what's the worst thing that happens? They go, they go. It's not worth keeping them if they're going to keep acting like this. And so we found strength in that. We confronted the issue, and it's amazing. They just miraculously turned, you frickin' honey badgers. I'm staring at 3 now, but here's the amazing thing. Those 15 honey badgers, one of them is now the visionary of EOS Worldwide, Mark O'Donnell. One of them headed up all of the implementers for years. They became the best in the community. That friction created a diamond. But we took ourselves to the worst case scenario so we knew we could endure this terrifying thing. And then the last thing I would suggest is something I call putting a stake in the ground. When it's really big and scary and you have some time, put a stake in the ground. So with the business model change, we were going out of business. I said, all right, if I don't, in 30 days, I'm going to come up with a new solution. Went to a Starbucks, read a few powerful books, and completely changed our business model. Got in the car, called Don and said, Don, I'm about to turn our business on its ear. And I just completely changed the way we do business, and poof, it took off from there.